Hello, everybody. Let's talk about watching a play. In this class, I do have kind of an unusual policy, and that is that I will give a student an automatic grade in certain conditions on one essay, not for the entire class, but for one essay, if you experience a play in person. Let's talk about that a little bit. Prior to the pandemic, I would encourage my students to go out and see live theater because just reading the script of a play doesn't really cut it. The whole idea of writing a script for a play is to have actors on a stage interacting with a live audience. In fact, if you go and look at the Globe Theater videos, those audiences are pressed up against the stage, almost like a crowd in a mosh pit at a rock concert, just pressed up and looking at the performers, interacting, even yelling things to the actors, and the actors kind of interact back with them. And, the whole experience of seeing theater is part of appreciating literature. This is actually, the course is called Introduction to Literature, and that's a big part of it. Now, the pandemic happened, and so all the theaters shut down. People were afraid to go out in public and catch the virus. So I kind of switched over to having everybody just watch a video, the Globe Theater videos of the Shakespeare videos, Shakespeare plays, for instance. Those are excellent. They come really close to capturing, but just really close. Okay, we're in a new part of the pandemic right now where it's just an endemic. It's everywhere. We're all kind of looking at the virus like, well, I'll probably get it eventually. I don't know. I don't want to encourage you to go out and get, the COVID virus. However, I think I'm going to return to giving an automatic A to anybody who actually experiences a Shakespeare play in person, or an automatic B if you watch a Shakespeare play on video, and an automatic B if you go and see any play, the Riverfront Playhouse, or the Chico Theater Repertory Company or something like that, because the experience of seeing a play in person is really what it's all about. And I'm happy to give an automatic A or automatic B on one paper if the student is willing to put in the extra time and effort. Now, the Shakespeare Festival in Ashland, Oregon is a wonderful experience, and they have a really solid, and I think kind of safe, COVID-19 policy. I put a link to that on this little announcement here. And students who are willing to drive all the way up to Ashland and see a Shakespeare play, they're doing The Tempest this summer. It's a good play, and it's a good experience. And sure, of course, I would reward that extra effort if you want to do it. And certainly I understand, and I'm kind of this way too. I'm very cautious. If you want to avoid going out in public, don't do it. Just watch a video of a play instead, okay? But I did want to give that option to students again, starting this term. So here's what I would suggest. Correspond with me. Tell me what you want to write about for that essay about a script for a play or a movie. I did provide you a database with scripts to lots of movies. So maybe you would prefer to write about a movie. In fact, the sample essay that I gave you was about a student writing about a movie, the movie Rambo of all things. And you have to, though, track down the script and actually read it. Don't just sit and watch the video at home and then think that you're participating in an introduction to literature class. There is always somebody who writes down the words that come out of those actors' mouths when they're up on the screen performing for you. So that's part of what we're going to do for this assignment. And if you have any questions at all about my policy, read what I have written here first, then send me an email, no matter what you're writing about, and say, I think I'm going to write about this for my assignment for drama. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to create a lot of flexibility for you with this policy. Of course, along with flexibility comes complicated instructions. So hopefully these instructions aren't too difficult to understand. Send me an email if you have any questions at all.